Hello viewers, this is Nisha H. Kamath. Welcome you to the mathematics class of 8th standard on rational numbers. A rational number is something that can be written in the form of A by B, where A and B are integers and B not equal to 0. That is, it's nothing but fraction form, that a by b is a fraction. If you can write any number in the form of a by b, then such numbers are called as rational numbers, but there is a condition that the denominator should not be equal to 0. Some examples are 3 by 7, 12 by 53, 0, -5, etc. You might be wondering, I told A by B, but these two are okay. What about 0 and -5? You know that 0 can be represented as 0 by 1 and -5 can be represented as -5 by 1. If the denominator is 1, usually we don't write. So even 0 and -5 can be written in the form of A by B. Now, you know that natural numbers are the counting numbers starting from 1, represented by n, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. They are endless. Similarly, whole number, the numbers starting from 0 are called as the whole number. That's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. They are also endless. Integers, the positive integers, negative numbers, and 0 are together called as integers. There is no end or there is no starting for integers. -3, -2, -1, before this you have all the negatives, and 0 in the middle. Then you have 1, 2, 3, and go on. These are all positive numbers to the right side of 0 and negative numbers to the left side of 0. And rational numbers, the number that can be written in the form a by b, where a and b are integers and b should not be equal to 0. So, natural numbers are the numbers starting from 1, 2, 3, 4. All the natural numbers with the 0 are called as the whole numbers. Natural numbers, that is whole number, with the negative numbers are called as integers, and all these numbers which can be represented in the form of a by b are called as rational numbers. Now, properties of rational numbers. The first property is the closure property. Second one is commutative property, associative property, and distributive property. Whenever we talk about these properties, we talk for addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Let's see them one by one. First, closure property. For any addition of two rational numbers, let's take them as a by b and c by d. When you add them, the result is also a rational number. This is called closure property. That is, when we add two rational numbers, their result is also a rational number. So we say that addition is closed property. Addition supports the closure property. What about the subtraction? Even in the subtraction, a divided by b minus c divided by d. These two are the rational numbers. When you subtract them, the result is also a rational number. In multiplication also, a by b multiplied by c by d, the result is rational number. But in the division, a by b divided by c by d will not give you a rational number if the denominator comes 0. Otherwise, for all other it will hold good, but if the denominator is 0, then in the division of rational numbers, closure property will not hold good. So we say that addition is closed. Rational numbers are closed under addition, they are closed under subtraction, They're closed under multiplication but not closed under division for the denominators 0. Next you have commutative property. Commutative property is just changing their place. A by B plus C by D. Here A by B rational number comes first, C by D comes later. Now, if you add it by interchanging their places, that is C by D plus A by B, both will be equal. In simple numbers, if you take it, in natural numbers, if you take it, 3 plus 2 is same as 2 plus 3, isn't it? So even in the rational numbers, the commutative property holds good. For subtraction, A by B minus C by D will not be equal to C by D minus A by B. You will get a negative value if you interchange them. One will be positive, one will be negative. Or it will be different answers if they are not negative numbers. So, rational numbers do not support commutative property for subtractions. It will not be equal. In multiplication, A by B multiplied by C by D will be equal to C by D multiplied by A by B. But in division, again, just like subtraction, the answers of interchanged rational numbers will not be same. Here we are seeing associative property. In the associative property, we are changing the group of the rational numbers to be added. That is, A by B plus C by D is added first because they are inside the bracket. To the sum of this, we are adding E by F. On the other side, we are adding C by D plus E by F first because they are inside the bracket. A plus B is outside the bracket. So the sum of this we are adding then A by B. The result of both will be same. So associative property holds good for addition. But in the subtraction, if you subtract A by B minus C by D first, later you subtract E by F from it, will be different from this grouping. That is C by D minus E by F first. The difference of this subtracted from A by B. The answers will be different here. So associative property will not hold good for subtraction of rational numbers. In multiplication of rational numbers again, associative property holds good even if you change the grouping. Whereas in the division, associative property will not hold good. Now it's distributive property. In the distributive property of multiplication over addition, what does this mean? Here if you observe, you have C by D plus E by F inside the bracket and outside the bracket you have A by B. Remember there is no arithmetic operator here. It means it is multiplication, which is same as A by B should be distributed to C by D as well as E by F. That is A by B multiplied by C by D plus this sign is what is there here in the middle. So plus A by B again multiplied by E by F. That is if you have some operation inside the bracket, this outside the bracket what you have is distributed to all. In other words, in the exam sometimes they will give you in this format. Here you should check which is common and take it outside and write outside the bracket, and C by D plus E by F should be shifted into a bracket. This is called distribution of multiplication over addition. Next you also have distribution of multiplication over subtraction, same as the above, but instead of plus sign here you have minus sign. Whatever is outside the bracket, that is the rational number A by B, should be multiplied with C by D. It should also be multiplied by E by F. In between you need to put this minus sign which was there here in the middle. This is called distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. Now let's see the identity. Additive identity is 0. That's because if you add 0 to any rational number, the answer will be the rational number itself. So, 0 is called as the additive identity. Multiplicative identity is 1. That's because when you multiply any rational number by 1, the result will be the rational number itself. Now, we should know what is a inverse. Here also we have additive inverse and multiplicative inverse. Additive inverse is just changing the sign of the given rational number. That is, the additive inverse of a by b is minus a by b. Whereas the multiplicative inverse is nothing but reciprocal. The multiplicative inverse is just interchange the numerator to denominator and denominator to numerator. Let the sign be as it is. That is, if it is negative here, here also it is negative. In the multiplicative inverse, you are only interchanging the numerator and the denominator. Whereas in the additive inverse, you are just changing the sign. If it is positive, you'll make it negative. If it is negative, you'll make it positive. Multiplicative inverse is also called as the reciprocal. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.